You think you know betrayal? You think you've been hurt? Let me tell you a story about how I lost everything, my husband, my best friend, and the life I thought I was living, all in one single night. My name is Sarah, and 3 months ago, my life looked perfect from the outside. I was married to Daniel, a man who made me believe in fairy tales. He was my rock, my partner, my everything. We had just celebrated our 5-year anniversary. My best friend, Lisa, had thrown us the most beautiful surprise party. She was always there, always supportive. The two people I trusted the most in the world were them. But trust? Trust is like glass, once it's shattered, it's never the same. It all started with a phone call. Daniel told me he had to work late that night, a big project at the office. I didn't think much of it. He was always dedicated, always trying to provide for us. Lisa, as usual, called to check on me. She said I shouldn't spend the evening alone, that I should come over for a girls' night. She even offered to pick me up. Looking back, I wonder if they were laughing at me while they planned it all. Lisa picked me up, and we drove to her house. She poured us wine, turned on my favorite show, and we spent the evening laughing. She kept telling me how lucky I was to have Daniel, how perfect we were together. I didn't realize then how much effort it must have taken her to keep a straight face. After a few hours, I decided to call it a night. I thanked Lisa and drove home, feeling grateful for the people in my life. But as I pulled into the driveway, I noticed something strange. Daniel's car was there. He wasn't supposed to be home yet. At first, I thought, maybe he came home early to surprise me. My heart fluttered at the idea. But as I walked toward the house, I noticed another car parked down the street. A familiar car. Lisa's car. My stomach dropped. I opened the door, and the house was dark, but I could hear faint voices coming from upstairs. My heart was racing as I walked up the stairs, each step heavier than the last. The voices got louder, clearer. Laughter. Whispering. And then I saw it. The bedroom door was slightly open, and there they were. Daniel and Lisa. My husband and my best friend. Together. I don't know how long I stood there, frozen. The world around me seemed to stop. My chest felt like it was caving in, my mind racing to make sense of what I was seeing. They didn't notice me at first, too caught up in their betrayal. But when I pushed the door open, the sound was like thunder. They both jumped, their faces pale. Daniel stuttered, "Sarah, this isn't what it looks like." But I didn't let him finish. "Not what it looks like," I said, my voice trembling with rage. "Then tell me, Daniel, what does it look like? Because from where I'm standing, it looks like my husband is sleeping with my best friend." Lisa tried to speak, her voice shaky. "Sarah, please, I can explain." "Explain what?" "How long this has been going on. How many times you've laughed with me, knowing you were stabbing me in the back." Neither of them had an answer. They just stood there, caught and silent. I didn't cry. Not then. I refused to give them the satisfaction of seeing me break. Instead, I turned around and walked out. I drove to a hotel that night, leaving everything behind. My home, my marriage, my so-called friendship. Everything I had built my life around was a lie. The next day, I started the process of divorcing Daniel. I blocked Lisa on everything. She tried to reach out, but I didn't want to hear her excuses. Daniel sent flowers, letters, begged for forgiveness, but I couldn't even look at him. It's been 3 months since that night, and I'm still picking up the pieces. Some days, the anger consumes me. Some days, it's the sadness. But every day, I remind myself that their betrayal says more about them than it does about me. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's this: the people who betray you don't deserve your tears, your time, or your energy. They don't deserve you. So, if you've ever been betrayed, know this: you're stronger than you think. And one day, you'll look back and realize losing them wasn't a loss at all. It was a blessing.